You use Linux every day, whether you know it or not. Over 850,000 Android phones running Linux are activated every single day. Compare that to just 30,000 Windows phones, according to the latest reports. That means 100 Android devices have come online just since you started watching this video. Nearly 700,000 TVs are sold every day, most of which are running Linux. 8 out of 10 financial trades are powered by Linux. 9 out of 10 of the world's supercomputers run Linux. Google, Twitter, Facebook, and Amazon are all powered by Linux. So, how is Linux developed to achieve all of this? Unlike other operating systems, like Windows or iOS, Linux is built collaboratively, across companies, geographies, and markets, resulting in the largest collaborative development project in the history of computing. Just since 2005, about 8,000 developers from almost 800 companies have contributed to the Linux kernel. These contributions have resulted in 15 million lines of code, 1.5 million lines written in just the last couple of years. Consider that Homer's epic Iliad poem is a mere 15,000 lines of text. The novel War and Peace, just 560,000 words. But it's not just about the sheer number of lines of code. It's also about how quickly Linux is developed and released. For example, a major new kernel comes out every 2 to 3 months. Compare this to years for competing operating systems. This is made possible by a unique collaborative development process. When submitting code to the Linux kernel, developers break changes into individual units called patches. A patch describes the lines that need to be changed, added, or removed from the source code. Each patch can add a new feature, new support for a device, fix a problem, improve performance, or rework things to be more easily understood. Developers post their patches to the relevant mailing lists, where other developers can reply with feedback. When the patch is close to being release ready, it is accepted by a senior Linux kernel developer, or maintainer, who manages one or more of 100 different sections of the kernel. While this isn't a guarantee that it will go to the main line, it's certainly a good sign. Here it gets an even more extensive evaluation. When the maintainer finishes their review, he or she will sign off on the patch and send it on to Linux creator and Linux Foundation fellow Linus Torvalds, who has the ultimate authority on what is accepted into the next release and what is not. Nearly 10,000 patches go into almost every new release. About 6 patches are applied to the kernel each hour. Linux's rate of development is simply unmatched. Today, Linux is dominating on mobile devices, in the enterprise, and web infrastructure, data centers, supercomputing, and more. What's next? Because together, we're ready.
So hi, good evening everyone. आप सब बढ़िया होंगे, बहुत बेहतरीन. एंड टुडे संडे तो कंपैरेटिवली थोड़े लोग कम होंगे. Alright, so if I'm audible and everything is fine, then say hello in the chat window. We can start the session accordingly. Alright, so okay, just let me know. So anyway, waiting for your response. All right. Right, it's already audible and I can see less people today. I don't know if there's a time gap difference or it's Sunday or voice is low. Okay, need to come closer. All right, very low. Let me connect my maybe earphones or headphones. Just give me a second. Okay, I think how about now? Might be fine. I don't know. I mean, is it fine now? Not low. Okay. Alright, so we discussed about shell scripting. Last session यही था shell scripting के बारे में, I believe. Yes. So let me take it. Basically, we are using bash shell, and it is going to interact with the kernel and a kind of intermediate between user and kernel. So we are trying to write now scripting thing. Fine. And today what we are going to learn is, so today we are going to learn simply kind of how to make commands, right? How to make or maybe code your own command. Fine. So any normal script, normal program, we have already seen how to do that. So मैं आपको ये दिखा देता हूँ general how we have done the same. So I have this Ubuntu based, Fedora based operating system, and I'm just opening it. So what are the things we have done in the last session? I hope you guys have very much clarity about it कि हमने क्या किया था. Fine. And here is our repo, and in this repo July 3, here are the code. So we talked about the inputs and some other stuff as well. Okay, so today what we are going to discuss, how to make command or maybe code it. दोनों चीज़ों में दो अलग अलग differences हैं. So for example, we have seen what exactly command is. So for example, if I want to create a command of Linux, then I need to understand what is command. Okay, and इसका आंसर है command is nothing. Command is a code or a script. ठीक है, code in terms of if you are the writer. तो मतलब ये हुआ कि जैसे आपने कुछ लिखा C, जावा या फिर पाइथन में. ओके, किसी भी लैंग्वेज में आपने कुछ कोड लिखा जिसका कुछ आउटकम आता है, वो कमांड के टर्म्स में कोड हो गई. और स्क्रिप्ट भी कमांड हो सकती है. दैट इज मे बी if you have command like date or maybe cal or maybe xyz, by using these existing command, if you are integrating them to solve your purpose, मतलब क्या हो रहा है कि आपने एक, दो या तीन ऐसे कुछ कमांड यूज़ करके कोई एक अपना पर्पस सॉल्व करने के लिए कुछ कोड लिख दिया, तो ये भी एक कमांड है. ऑलराइट, आई होप ये बात आपको ऑलरेडी थोड़ी सी मैंने बताई थी कि कमांड इज़ नथिंग, इट्स अ वे टू एग्जीक्यूट अ कोड. ऑलराइट, सो हम आज दोनों करने वाले हैं कि एक अपना खुद का कोड है तो उसे कैसे एज अ कमांड देखें या फिर किसी स्क्रिप्ट को कैसे मेंटेन करें. बट बिफोर दैट, आई होप you also remember the same fact that a user is going to type somewhere, right? और वो कहाँ टाइप करेगा? For now in a terminal. Terminal एक सॉफ्टवेयर है that is connected to a shell, and shell is something that is going to look for command or look for the code in path variable. ये स्टोरी आपको पता होगी. That means shell is going to look for your command, or I can say code, in a path variable, and path variable have some locations. तो हमें यहाँ पे ऐसे कुछ करना है. Okay, now just very similar, let me check who am I. My username is this, and let's say I'm going to create a command called delvex.sh. ठीक है, मैं एक कमांड बना रहा हूँ जिसका नाम delvex दे रहा हूँ. .sh जरूरी नहीं है, मैंने आपसे ये बात डिस्कस की है, दैट मीन्स वी हैव ऑलरेडी डिस्कस्ड अबाउट द सेम फैक्ट. If you want to write a shell script, it doesn't matter what extension you want to give. Fine. So that means you want to give extension like .sh or .txt, or maybe you don't want to give anything. It doesn't really matter. Okay. And here I'm going to start with, let's say, hash exclamation slash bin and bash. Alright. Then यहाँ पे जाके मैं एक प्री डिफाइंड कमांड यूज़ करता हूँ, like echo hey user and dollar user, welcome to Delvex. Then I'm giving a gap of around 1 second, and then I'm giving, let's say, current time is date plus percentage capital T. Okay, so this is the current time. Again I'm giving a gap of 1 second, and then echo my kernel version is, no, my name is this, and my version is फाइन. तो ये कुछ ऐसी चीज़ मैंने लिख दी, बहुत ईजी है. आई एम मेकिंग दिस एग्जीक्यूटेबल delvex, and how do I run it? /. See, so hey, user root, welcome to delvex, and current time is this, my name is Linux, and my version is something like this. तो मैंने क्या किया है अभी, इन अ वेरी सिंपल टर्म, मैंने एक फ़ाइल बनाई और उस फाइल के अंदर कुछ चीज़ें लिखती. आई होप इसमें से आप सब कुछ जानते होंगे मैक्सिमम. फॉर एग्ज़ाम्पल, ये स्क्रिप्ट को आप ऐसे या फिर, और जैसे भी हमने रन किया था ./delvex, ऐसे रन नहीं करना चाहते. ओके, डेफिनेटली यू डोंट वांट टू रन. सो व्हाट यू कैन डू, यू कैन चेक what is the path of date command. Okay, so if I want to write this as a command, so what do? I can copy this delvex command under usr bin. तो क्या होगा, जो कमांड या जो फाइल आपने बाहर बनाई थी, if you are going to copy it under usr bin, अब देखते हैं. Let me open a terminal. This is my new terminal, right? And here I'm going to write delvex. Fine. So I just write that keyword. When I hit enter, so welcome to root, and this. Okay. So now everything you are going to type here, it is going to check in path by shell, definitely. So what we did, we just created a normal program, and this program we make that executable and copy it into this path. So now any user can think delvex is a command, but as I explained, a command can be a script or a code or anything that you want to create. ठीक है, तो मतलब जो भी आप बनाएं उसे अगर आप पाथ वेरिएबल के अंदर कॉपी कर देंगे तो इट विल बी लाइक कमांड विदाउट एनी फेलियर. फाइन. सो इफ यू ऑल आर अंडरस्टैंडिंग अबाउट द सेम, सो क्वेश्चन, इफ वी डिड नॉट हैड shebang, द प्रोग्राम वुड नॉट रन देन. ऐसा नहीं है रिदम, shebang नहीं होगा तो भी प्रोग्राम चलेगा. ऐसा नहीं है, लेकिन शीबांग क्यों लिखना है ये बताता हूँ थोड़ी देर में. ऑलराइट, सो ऑलराइट, इफ यू आर अंडरस्टैंडिंग दिस जस्ट से यस इन द चैट विंडो कि कमांड कुछ नहीं होती, एक कोड होता है, एक स्क्रिप्ट होती है सिंपल सी, और उसके हिसाब से आप उसे इन जनरल मैनेज कर सकते हैं. राइट, एनीथिंग दैट यू आर गोइंग टू राइट अंडर USR bin or under a path. एक क्वेश्चन है, मतलब दो तीन लोगों ने पूछ लिया. लेट मी एक्सप्लेन इट टू यू. ठीक है, व्हाट इज दैट क्वेश्चन? नंबर ऑफ पीपल आर आस्किंग what if we don't put shebang, right? Don't put shebang in your script, right? ठीक है, इसका देखो लॉजिक क्या है. वैसे अगर मैं आपको प्रैक्टिकल दिखाऊं डायरेक्टली, इवन इफ आई रिमूव shebang फ्रॉम द लाइन, यहाँ से मैंने रिमूव कर दिया, राइट? ये व्हाट हैपेंड, सॉरी, ओके, आई जस्ट रिमूव्ड इट. सो मैंने ये लाइन रिमूव कर दी, एंड व्हेन आई रिमूव द सेम, राइट, सो आपको दिखाता हूं मैं, sorry, okay, right, and I'm removing it, nothing. अब इसके अंदर there is nothing like shebang, so no shebang is there. See, still if I write delvex, it is going to work. Okay, so if it is working, then why we are writing? ये क्वेश्चन कुछ लोगों ने पूछा है. See, so when you write shebang hash exclamation followed by name of shell, okay, actually this is not a place for shell, not exactly for shell. This is place for a kind of environment or kind of platform or kind of interpreter, right? This place is for interpreter. For example, let's say, for example, if you are having a Linux based machine, this is your Linux based machine, any Linux based. Here you have two shell, bash and sh, but the by default shell of this Linux box is sh. Okay, this is the default shell, but you have written a code or a script, whatever it is, code or script, you want to run it by bash every time. Okay, so when your default shell is sh but you want to run it by bash, so in that case you need to use shebang. So if you use bin bash followed by the code, then when somebody running your code like this or maybe like this, okay, that means, sorry, running your code like this, that means this script is going to check, this command is going to check in their file what exactly written in the shebang line. So if in the shebang line you have written something, then it is going to use that. Okay, it is going to use that. If you have not used shebang, instead of bash it is going to use sh. That means whatever it will be default. Okay, मतलब ये है कि अगर आपने shebang नहीं मेंशन किया तो आपके सिस्टम की जो डिफ़ॉल्ट शेल होगी that is going to use by sh by program. That's why we need to use shebang. Fine. Are we understanding it or not? So okay, Piyush is asking by default it runs the code as a its batch interpreter, and if want to run and yeah, I mean the default interpreter, whatever it is. Yeah, Piyush, you're right. Bash is not the right word. Default interpreter. Okay. Manan is asking if we save it as .sh, then it is needed to be run as sh extension. Yes, Manan. सो मनन का क्वेश्चन भी मैं बता देता हूँ लोगों को, बाकी आप यस मैसेज दे दो. फॉर एग्जाम्पल व्हाट आई डिड इज आई रीनेम दिस delvex by the name of usr bin delvex.sh. Then I have to type delvex.sh. I cannot type delvex. So because command, what we say command, so let me just take this one also. I hope I'm not doing fast, right? So name of the command is equals to name of file where your code or script is written. Okay, कमांड का नाम वही होगा जो फाइल का नाम है, right? So you can always think about that.